tell me again where we are going?
I found a letter from the Prince Consort among Lucy Thorne's research, marked with the same insignia as your key, dated 1847.
1847.
The same year the Prince began renovations to Buckingham Palace.
You think he added a vault for the shroud?
And since there is no map of the palace with the room marked Secret Vault...
Your Highness, may I present Miss Evie Fry. Miss Fry, Maharaja Duleep Singh.
A pleasure, Your Highness.
My friend, the plans you asked for have been removed.
Removed? By whom?
Crawford Starrick, or someone employed by him. Yes, I thought you might recognize the name. I know where they are, but it is heavily guarded.
That part will not be a problem.
I thought not. Delighted to see you again, Miss Fry.
Your Highness, the plans detailing the renovations to Buckingham Palace have gone astray.
I suppose you will have to make do with the copies.
There are copies? Where?
Not so fast. First, I have a matter of some urgency. Carrying out my plan would require stealth and speed, qualities I know you possess.
Time is of the essence, Your Highness.
Then make this quick, my dear. The most influential men in Parliament remain beyond my reach. But these very men have sent for carriages to prepare for the ball tonight. Acquire an official carriage, and we shall drive the politicians to their destinations. Along the way, I will meet with them. And afterward, I shall tell you where to find the plans.
You're a shrewd negotiator.
One must be when one is so often underestimated. Shall we lobby our cause, Miss Fry?
Climb up, Your Highness. Where are we headed?
Belgrave Square.
Tourist station, please, and on
There
the
you
double.
are.
My son is anticipating my arrival.
Welcome, sir.
Your Highness, what a surprise.
Is life not about embracing the unexpected? I shall take but a few moments of your time. A matter of utmost importance must be discussed. When the Commonwealth seized the Punjab from my people...
It was not a seizure, but a rightful transaction.
Britain promised to protect me. By robbing me of my kingdom, Parliament acted in violation of the treaty signed with my family. Here, read it.
I was not aware.
Read. That is all I ask. You are one of the few in a position to help.
I will do what I can.
Thank you, sir. I trust you and your son will enjoy the ball this evening.
He is newly returned from Delhi. I will share what we have discussed. It is most disconcerting.
That proved quite valuable.
Where to now?
St. James's Park. I noticed Mr. Green did not accompany you.
He has other things to attend to.
Ah, a pity. You two seem to get along nicely.
Well, that was a problem, you see. One must not allow personal feelings to compromise one's mission.
That sounds like a quotation.
It is. From my father.
Ethan Fry.
You knew him?
No, unfortunately. But Mr. Green spoke of him. He sounded like an extraordinary man.
He was, Your Highness.
And your mother as well, Cecily Fry. She and your father were partners, inseparable. The only duo that came close to challenging Mr. Starrick. And very much in love, at least from the small amount I have been told.
Cecily. I wish I could have met her.
From what Mr. Green gathered, you share much in common. Your intelligence, for one.
Father never spoke of her. What would Mr. Green know? He was only a boy when he trained with my father.
Children can be quite perceptive, Miss Fry.
Come on.
Come, I'm late. To Parliament, please. On the double.
Yes, sir.
Good day, sir.
Why, what are you doing here, Your Highness?
I know how busy your days have been of late. A few moments of your time is all I require.
This is all rather unorthodox, but continue.
Britain was to protect me according to the treaty my family signed. Instead, she took my land. And now I hear Britain intends to strengthen her ties to India. Perhaps it is time to return the Punjab to her people.
The Queen has supplied you with an annual income for God knows how long, and now you bite the hand that feeds you?
It is not a matter of money. I cannot stand idle and watch my homeland subjected to the yoke of an outsider's rule. My people are treated as slaves. I will die poor 1,000 times over if only to see them free.
Your passion moves me, Your Highness. What would you have me do?
Take this copy of the wrongful treaty and defend my claim to the throne. Help disengage the Punjab from British rule.
I shall speak up, but I am only one voice. I cannot promise anything but a show of support.
That is more than enough. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, Your Highness.
Only one more remains. To the Gladstone residence.
Do you miss India?
I remember that my mother smelled of cinnamon. And when she cradled me in her arms in the summer heat, I would hold so still that she fell asleep. When I lost my kingdom, it hurt. But truly, when they took my mother away, I saw her again 2 years before she died. The summer long since faded. I miss her. I miss India. I love India because I love my mother.
Will you ever return?
I have petitioned the government several times, but they withhold their permission. Do not be fooled by appearances, Miss Fry. I am in many ways a prisoner.
Perhaps we may work together more closely for your cause in the future.
I would like that very much, Miss Fry.
This day is a disaster. To the Syndicate Club, straight away.
Good day, Mr. Gladstone.
Mr. Singh,
You are a hard man to pin down.
I know what this is about. Your politics have worn off. Her Majesty has tired of you. So now you come begging for scraps.
You wound me deeply, sir. My people deserve freedom. I am here to fight for them.
Why did you lose the Punjab? I shall tell you, Your Highness. You were outgunned, outmaneuvered, and simply outclassed. Yes, the Sikhs deserve freedom. I hope with British help and progress, they shall achieve it.
Then why do they cry out for their king?
Britain has a duty to bring about peace. It is an enormous responsibility, and I value your guidance and advice, along with that of Parliament. But it's our burden to rule India, and certainly not the duty of a forgotten leader who has not seen his country for 20 years. I apologize for being so frank, but one must not tell lies to a king.
Your honesty is most enlightening.
When I become Prime Minister, I intend to push for peace, but it will be a long and slow process. And I am afraid I can almost guarantee you will never see India again.
If my people are free, then my imprisonment shall be no burden.
Perhaps your idealism is real. Although, after observing the tigers wandering the grounds of your lush, expensive estate, forgive me for doubting it. Much luck, Your Highness, with your lobbying. I hope my advice has done some good.
Far more than your policies thus far. But I hold out hope that you will make progress. My people are counting on it. Thank you, Miss Fry, for forwarding my cause.
Oh, you are welcome. I hope some good comes of it, despite Mr. Gladstone's vitriol.
Those of us with the largest hearts protect them the most. Your father, for instance. From what I understand, he was extraordinarily sad. Broken, even, after your mother's passing. That kind of pain can blind us, cause us to say outlandish things to protect the ones we love. It's time you returned this carriage and recovered those plans. They are located in Buckingham Palace. The Queen keeps them among her personal papers in the White Drawing Room. I wish you a good evening, Miss Evie Fry.
And to you, Your Highness.
Your attempts to influence Parliament for the Indian cause have failed. You must do more.
I will not jeopardize my relationship with Queen and country to satisfy your crusade.
Your Highness, you belong to India, not here acting the part of a noble foreigner.
I have wasted enough time indulging in this
If your
nonsense.
mother could see you now, the last Maharaja of Punjab, basking inside his golden cage.
How dare you?
Your Highness, you have guests.
I suppose Mr. Green sent you.
Bringing up your mother was...
Impolite, and he was wrong to do so. We'd like to rectify the situation.
Then humor me, and join me in a shooting game. None of these people have any sense of enjoyment, and I am bored to death.
A shooting game? Seeing you haven't changed at all.
Ellsworth? My word! How good it is to see you! The mother country has treated you well. Jacob and Evie Fry, this is Brinley Ellsworth, a friend from a past life.
You've made new friends, I see.
What brings you to this part of the Empire?
Company business, unfortunately. But I could not resist the chance of seeing you again. It's been far too long. I've heard nobody throws a party better than my dearest friend. I'm eager to see if your reputation overseas holds any truth.
Come, Thomas. This isn't enough of a challenge. Let's shorten the timer.
Your turn, Your Highness.
Come, let us see if you are better with a gun than you were with a slingshot.
Allow me.
Impressive. I am in awe of him. What they say is true.
What on earth?
Sir, I believe I heard a second shot.
He's right. That sounded like a second gunshot. Strange.
Let me see what I can find out.
I'm sure it wasn't anything serious. Don't bother. You're still here?
About that second shot.
It was nothing, Miss Fry. Now, I must return to the party.
Yes, do fill me in on your life here. It's been far too long.
Of course. Apologies, Your Highness.
There is a difference between pacifism and inaction.
How many times do I have to tell you?
You two do have impeccable timing.
Did we interrupt something?
I believe these will be of interest to you, Your Highness.
These letters, they are from me. The seals have been broken.
That's how we found them.
This is a letter I wrote to my mother when I was just a boy. Where did you find these possessions of mine?
On a mail convoy.
The Templars. They have a way of getting to you.
I thought I had put an end to it years ago, but the British Indies Company continues to steal my property. You were right to think something strange was afoot.
We must take action. But it will not be possible without your help.
I believe you're right, but I must have some time to think on this. In the meantime, please be discreet. I don't need Her Majesty finding out about this. Good to see you again.
The pleasure is mine.
Shall we? It has come to my attention that the British Indies Company has stolen a large sum of wealth from the good people of Punjab. It is my intention to send it back.
And where is this gold located?
All I've managed to find out is that the BIC have their very own accountant. Perhaps he will have more information about this.
Good plan.
Apparently, he likes to frequent a certain pub. We'll take them out together, but we've got to do so quietly.
You take one, I'll take the other. Ready?
I am indebted to you.
The British Indies thugs have somewhat worked him over. We need to get him to safety. I've discovered more information on our stolen gold. To my carriage. It's all quite strange. The British Indies Company working with the Templar Order. And for what? Perhaps we will never know. The accountant revealed they're hiding a shipment of gold, previously stolen from India, in a carriage at an old Starrick warehouse. We must find this carriage and steal it from them.
And what of you?
Why, I'm here to help you, of course. They don't call me the fourth best shot in London for nothing. This is it. The gold is here somewhere. Return to me once you've found it, and I'll stay behind and keep an eye out for trouble. Be careful. What they think is theirs, they won't easily part with. I think we lost them. Good work.
You were quite impressive out there, if I may say.
Well, you're too kind. It was rather exhilarating, if I'm being honest. Now, I've hired a captain to escort the gold overseas. If you would kindly fetch the crate from the back. Are you quite all right? You had me frightened.
I'm all right. Really.
I commend you for fighting them off. Really. With you at my side, it will be an almost simple task to send this gold back to where it belongs. Why don't you walk off that last fight, and come back to me when you're ready for the next leg of the journey? There's still work to be done.
Where were we?
We must return this gold to its people. My people. I procured us a captain to transport it to its destination. But our next feat will be to get it out of London.
And we must protect it.
Precisely. Now, if you would be so good as to bring the gold aboard, we can get going. Now, we must escort this boat to the next dock, where we may disembark. And then, this vessel will be clear of enemy waters. We've done some good today. I can feel it.
I'm glad you feel that way, Your Highness.
I think that's the last of them. The gold is in safe hands. We did a good job today. May this not be the end of our adventures together.
No, let's not end this partnership just yet.
We can only move forward from here. Good day.
Your Highness!
They are stubborn fellows, aren't they? Now, if you would be so kind as to excuse me. I've had quite a bit of excitement today and must think on it. Do come see me again. What a catastrophe.
The British Indies Company must not be very happy with how things are progressing.
You could say that.
That should keep them quiet for a while.
Perhaps this is not the best time to bring up what I called you here for. I have another plan.
I'm listening.
It may sound mad, but I propose we steal the Koh-i-Noor diamond.
A piece of the royal jewels. Whatever for.
Her Majesty may wear it, but it doesn't belong to her. It was a trophy, symbolizing the colonization of India, and it deserves to be returned home. It would be an extremely delicate mission, but I know you'd be more than capable of such a feat. I have already procured some information pertaining to the location of the Koh-i-Noor. Come and find me when you've had a moment to think it over. I put my ear to the ground and found someone who may know the location of the Koh-i-Noor diamond.
Excellent. Heists are my favorite.
A man by the name of Cornelius Toti Button.
Beer drinker. What? I can tell.
He is apparently a friend of the royal jeweler.
How will we find him?
He frequents a pub in the City of London Borough called the George.
Sounds like the sort of man I know how to deal with.
Don't be ridiculous.
Fret not, dearest sister. I will take care of this one on my own.
Come find me in Westminster when you have the information we need. You look terrible.
And you're late?
Me? Never. I was simply retrieving the information you sent me to get. It was easy, really. Something about an event happening tonight at the Tower of London.
The gala? I will be attending.
You're our in, then.
Can't just barge in and steal the crown jewels.
She's right. We need a plan.
Oh, bother.
The jewels are being held upstairs. But be careful. If this isn't one of the most heavily guarded places, then I'm a true Englishman.
I may need your help to distract these guards.
Just give me the signal. Did you get it to your sister?
Just barely.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you about it another time.
You encountered some trouble?
We can't speak of this here. The British Indies Company is up to no good again.
Outside, then.
You, sir! Halt for inspection!
I beg your pardon?
Search him!
Nothing. The coroner isn't here.
Of course there's nothing. What do you take me for? Some sort of criminal?
What was all that commotion about, Mr. Singh?
I do believe they thought I was trying to pinch the Koh-i-Noor, your ladyship.
Ha! The Koh-i-Noor? Who on earth would want to steal that potato? Good night, Your Highness.
We barely got out of there in one piece. The British Indies Company tried to plant the diamond on you and frame you for stealing it. Luckily, I was there just in the nick of time.
We need to meet back at Mr. Green's shop. I must see the diamond with my own two eyes.
The Koh-i-Noor, if I may?
Glass?
The real Koh-i-Noor never left India. Had I known you planned to reclaim it, I would have stopped you. My father ensured it never fell into Templar hands.
Your father? He has done a great service to me and my people.
My words to you earlier were unfair.
You were not wrong. I, too, have grown frustrated with my lack of progress. Shall we let bygones be bygones?
We need to find out who's behind all of this, and why the Templars and the British Indies companies have joined forces.
What we should do is track them down and destroy their headquarters.
Jacob.
That may not be such a terrible idea, Mr. Fry. I spoke with Mr. Green, and we have discovered the location of the British Indies secret headquarters. You are to meet him, and he will give you the details. There is a foundry nearby where the Templars and BIC members have been meeting on a regular basis. Mr. Green waits for you there.
But we still don't understand why they tried to frame you.
We don't, but Mr. Green seemed to think that they're using the factory to develop something. It's a good place to start digging. Good luck. What did you find out? Who's behind all of this?
You are not gonna like what I have to tell you, Your Highness. Brinley Ellsworth is behind the attacks.
Ellsworth?
He was gone before I had a chance to follow him. But we need to track him down and put an end to this before anything worse happens.
I need some time to think on this.
Oh, good. You're here. His Highness seems to have got a mild case of madness this morning.
You were right when you said that this was our chance.
I was.
I propose we make a commotion. Lure out the Templar-controlled British Indies Company.
And do what? Put yourself in the line of fire?
I need to send Ellsworth a message. This won't be over until we can draw him out. This is something I must do. I will make a scene, and then you need to rough them up in it.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem.
Please spare me!
I need you to send a message to Ellsworth.
I'll do anything!
Tell him
This is awful!
to meet me at Lambeth Cemetery tonight, and tell him to come alone.
I saw a murder! Mills going 19 Come quickly! God's sake! Someone gets topped before my very eyes and I'm going to turn the head.
Meet me tonight at Lambeth Cemetery. He'll never come alone, even if I ask him to. Oh. I was expecting Jacob, but I'm glad it's you who have come.
He thinks you've gone mad.
I probably have.
What's your plan?
I've asked Brinley to meet me here alone. In turn, he, of course, has sent a small army to secure the area. I need you to get rid of them and meet me back here. It's essential that when Brinley does arrive, I have him to myself.
Understood.
that'll certainly help quite a bit, thank you.
He's here.
I must talk to him.
Don't be absurd. This is dangerous.
Miss Fry, this is something I must do, and I must do it alone. Remain hidden. I cannot afford to have him see you.
You can't escape me forever, Your Highness. Come out and face me.
I told you to meet me here alone.
Not as silly as I once was, Singh. I wouldn't dare come to this meeting place alone. Not with your recently acquired friends.
I am alone, Ellsworth. It doesn't have to be like this.
You can't just walk this earth like a free man. You are nothing more than a trophy. A stag's head above a mantelpiece. You've caused enough commotion as it is. It's time to put an end to this.
If you kill me now, you will be a wanted man. Imagine the uprising when they find out the only son of Ranjit Singh has been murdered.
You think they remember you? You are a lost soul. A monarch who has abandoned his people. You are nothing.
We were such good friends.
Friends? You were no more than a plaything. A prisoner in prince's clothing. You're lucky to be alive. I admit, I was surprised they let you live.
Ellsworth, listen.
I've had enough of this.
No, you mustn't! Miss Guy!
He will kill you!
This is what I was sent here for. Be done with it, girl! I shall never forfeit my own mission.
I will not allow it.
The Loggins, the company, they all wanted your silence. Whether you spare me or end me, you won't escape the fate they have planned for you.
It seems you have learnt nothing of India, of its people. But killing you, that is something I cannot do. It would make me no better than the cursed, oppressive company you work for.
Yeah. You will die as you were raised, Singh. You'll never be more than a trophy of war. We will bury you in English soil.
You have done me much good. I am heavily indebted to you both.
We are happy to help.
I fear that I cannot continue handling things in this manner. The assassin way is not my way. As helpful as you have been, this empire, this land, my people. The problem is so much bigger than death. I know I must devote my life to this cause, to put India, my home, back onto the map, return it to its people. It's a long and grueling journey, but it is something I must do, even if it takes me to my own death.
We understand, Your Highness.
But if you do change your mind, you know where to find us.
That I do. Thank you, assassins. Hopefully we never shall meet again.